So the first question is, what kind of books do you like to read?
I like, obviously, I like mysteries,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to read bestsellers,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to do about a fourth nonfiction.
Okay. So what would you say that mystery is your favorite genre to read?
For right now,
Okay.
I especially like, I seem to read a lot of Jodi Picoult and, um, Lisa's, I'm not sure how you say her last name, Scottoline.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed that I'll usually, if I start with an author, I'll just keep reading her, and it's interesting because a lot of the books that I like to read are by people who are former lawyers, because I like the trials and the,
Yeah.
the
Have you read John
twists.
Grisham?
I don't.
Okay.
I'll have to try.
I like some of his stuff.
Yeah.
I've only read like two or three of his books, but he's pretty good. What is it about, I guess, mysteries? What is it about mysteries that is appealing to you?
Probably just trying to figure out who did it.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of like the intellectual challenge of trying to
Right.
put the puzzle together.
I used to read a lot of Agatha Christie's.
Yeah.
I've let off some, but I do collect them, and I probably have, last time I counted, I have about 90
Ooh.
of hers. I used to read those years ago, and now I like some of the more modern
Yeah.
ones.
Okay. How do you find out about books that you want to
Um,
read?
Well, I always go through the Sunday books,
Mhm.
the list of books. I like to do a lot of cross-referencing, I call it. For
Mhm.
example, like the book I just read by Jodi Picoult, The Lone Wolf.
Mhm.
Then she recommended a book, The Man Who Lived with Wolves. So I'll be looking for that one. And a lot of times one subject will lead me to another. When, like, I read The 10th Circle by Jodi Picoult, then she referred, to Dante's The Divine Comedy. So I checked that out and read it. And one book will often lead me to another one.
Okay.
And I'll even do things like Jan Karan. I've read all of hers that I could get. So she put out a cookbook. So then, of course, I had to go buy the cookbook and try the different recipes. I do a lot of cross-referencing. I just like to,
Okay, that makes sense. That's that's interesting. I haven't had anybody say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. And I look a lot of things up on the computer. So it's
Okay.
like a lot of, another thing we do, and I think other people do this too, a lot of times I like to experience things that are in the book, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I read a lot of Southern writers. A lot of Southern writers. So, like, a lot of my favorite writers live in Mount Pleasant. So when Mike and I would go to Hilton Head, we'd stop and eat at Mount Pleasant. Or one book was Shem Creek by, I think that was Ann River Siddons. So, of course, we had to ride there. And like Sullivan's Island, some of those I have to go and see it. Or
Right.
if there's a certain food, we will try it. Does it make sense? I really
Yeah.
like to get into the whole experience.
Gotcha.
And he's really good about doing it with me. And,
Yeah. So the book introduces you to an area or
right, to other
something.
interests, other things.
And then you want to go and explore it in real
Right.
life.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.